Hey runners, how's it going? Well, I got 2 more weeks of training before my Boston Qualifier marathon, and I've got a couple of updates for you that aren't very good. So, if you saw my video last week, I mentioned I was doing a 25K trail race over the weekend, and I went out and did that, and everything was going great. It was a beautiful day. Weather was perfect. I went out slow on the uphill and started pushing pretty hard on the downhill. And with just 2 miles to go, I managed to trip on absolutely nothing, go flying through the air, and hit the trail hard. I don't know why, in that spot the trail was like concrete. I hit pretty hard, and it kind of stunned me, and I laid there for a minute, then rolled over. I felt like I hit my knee. I looked at my knee and there was no blood on it, which was really amazing, because I normally scrape up my knees or something if I fall. So I thought, well, that's pretty good. And then I noticed there was blood on my left hand, and then I had a bunch of blood soaking through my long sleeve shirt on my right elbow. So I just kind of dusted myself off. Only had a couple more miles to go, all downhill. A runner came by and asked if I was looking okay, because I had like dirt all over my shirt and blood all over my arm. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. And I managed to make it down to the finish line okay. And since there are only 2 of us in the over 70 age group, I won my age group. So I finished a little slower than I expected, and totally beat up. But fortunately, there was a nurse, one of the race officials that was a nurse, and my old personal doctor was standing there. So they said, oh, okay, well, we'll get you patched up. So they pulled back my sleeve, and I had it looked like I had 2 elbows. There was like a golf ball size swelling right next to my elbow where I'd hit the trail. They said, oh, this is a hematoma. We'll put a compression bandage on it. You'll be fine. And so they cleaned everything off, wrapped it up tight with a compression bandage, put a Band-Aid on my hand, and called it good. So the idea was I needed to keep that compression bandage on my elbow for about 24 hours to get that blood back into my system. So in the morning, my left knee was kind of swollen. My kneecap was very tender, but fortunately, around lunchtime, I took the compression bandage off, and the swelling was gone on my arm. It was just kind of scarred up and scabby, just like you'd normally see from road rash. So my arm was okay, but my knee was very tender. If you just touch the kneecap, it hurt. So I was really surprised, being that I'm on blood thinners. Normally, if I have a bruise, it really shows as a bruise. But my knee didn't have any cuts, didn't have any coloration, but it was swollen and very sore. So So the idea was, well, obviously I got to stay off it for a few days and see how it goes. Unfortunately, this coming weekend had a 22 miles training run, our last long training run. And this is Friday when I'm recording this, so like tomorrow, I'm supposed to do this 22-mile training run. Well, I went to run last night on some trails and it didn't work. I felt some pain in my knee right starting off. I ran for a couple miles just to see if it'd kind of work its way out, and it still kind of hurt. My knee's still swollen just a little bit. The kneecap is less tender to the touch than it was before, but I decided I better have it checked out. So on Monday I have an ortho appointment, so I'll have someone who knows what they're doing take a look at my knee. I'm going to bag the 22 miler long run at least for tomorrow, and then kind of wait and see how things go after my ortho appointment on Monday. And I suspect that I'll be okay. Whether or not I'll be able to get another long run in before the actual marathon, I don't know. We'll just have to see how I feel over the next couple days and what the doctor says. But I think I'll still make it. So it's kind of a wait and see sort of thing. So I guess next week I'll find out and I'll let you know as far as how things are going. Right now I'm still planning on doing the marathon, but we'll just have to wait and see how next week goes to see if I fully recover so I can pull all this off. So that's it for this week. We'll see you in the next week.